Hey everyone, it's Fitz with your daily delivery. Hope you're doing well. I'm good. And today we're going to wind up this 3DD series, if you want to look at it that way. We've already talked about the 6 players who won Heisman trophies that lost to Kansas State in that same season. We've covered the 5 straight recruiting classes from 18 to 22 in which a lowly recruited or less recruited player out of Kansas or the Kansas City metro area came to K-State without a lot of accolades and then went on to go to the NFL draft. And off of this year's team, there are 2 players that fill the 21 and 22 classes. And now today we're going to talk about transfers, because in the era of the transfer portal, transfers are really important. But who were the most important transfers in the modern history of Kansas State football? Well, we got a long list, and I need your help sorting it out. First, a reminder to please subscribe to this YouTube channel, hit the thumbs up, and leave those comments. And your project today is to give me your top 3, or whatever, how many you want to list, of these players or others. Maybe I missed someone. Maybe there's just someone I thought of, but I didn't list, that you really believe in. And we have to go back to the early days of Bill Snyder football at Kansas State. He arrived in '89, and that year he brought a pretty darn good player with him from the University of Iowa, where he came. And it was his son, Sean Snyder, who remains the greatest punter in K-State football history, and in my book, one of the greatest punters in college football history. He absolutely was a vital weapon for that '89 team because he could flip the field and give the defense a lot more room to operate. And Sean is now in the Ring of Honor, and deservedly so. After that came Chad May. He was at Cal State Fullerton and transferred to K-State, and he was a foundational piece for this program. In '93, he directed K-State to its first bowl victory, the Copper Bowl, and then '94 took him to the Aloha Bowl. And after that, he was followed by another transfer quarterback. Matt Miller came from Texas A&M, where he'd played football and baseball, but here he focused on football and became the starting quarterback at '95. And in my book, he's the one who piqued Bill Snyder's interest in bringing the quarterback run game to the forefront of his offense. That was in '95. And of course, the guy named Michael Bishop arrived in '97 when that full transition took place. Now, in more of the modern era, we've seen a couple players before the portal came into existence. 2 players out of the Wichita area that went elsewhere and then came home. Chris Harper out of Wichita went to Oregon, and Arthur Brown out of Wichita went to Miami. And both came back to Kansas State after having limited success at those other schools and honestly getting homesick to play for Bill Snyder, where they found some tremendous success in the mid-2010s. And now, since the portal opened, there are some great choices here, particularly on defensive backfield. And we only listed 1 safety, and there's been a number of them. Russ Yeast is the one we put on the art. Maybe there's someone else. Juju Brents, who we knew as Julius here at K-State, is an incredible corner that came to K-State with 3 years of eligibility, and it turned into a legit NFL starting cornerback. And of course, one of my favorite players that came in Chris Kleiman's first year to Kansas State, James Gilbert, came in to be the starting running back for 1 season and really helped that offense find its footing in Chris Kleiman's first season. So that's it. That's the final grouping of players, and I need you to sort that out. Who were the most impactful? Who had the biggest role in K-State football history among those players who came via the transfer, Division I transfer route, not the junior college transfer route, Division I transfer route? Rate those for me. I'll be very interested to read it.